All right, so let's talk about some of the features we've got in this really simple pool setup. I'm always a big fan of simple because that just means you've got fewer things that can break down. So in the way of taking dirty water back to the equipment, we've got two different ways we can do it in the system. One is by use of the skimmer, the other is by use of the bottom drain down here, which is way down on the floor of the pool. You're going to find that your skimmer is important, like your heart is important. Your bottom drain is going to be more like your appendix. It's expendable. And so the reason why is 90% of all the bugs, the leaves, the grass blades, the contaminants, most of the things you don't want in your pool water is going to be sitting on the surface of the water. There's just a little bit of water tension holding it up. But your skimmer is designed to lightly skim the surface of the water to bring in the vast majority of that debris. And so that's why you're supposed to have a basket down in here. Got a bunch of leaves at the bottom of this canister. We need to add one of the long nets in there. You can get one on Amazon. They're about 25 or 30 bucks or so just to catch that debris. This is some of the stuff that I pulled out earlier. So probably going to have to empty that out every few days or so. It just helps your pump breathe easier with water. So because of the bottom drain's positioning way down on the floor of the pool, doesn't really get much of an opportunity to suck in a whole lot of dirty water and take it back to the pump. So that's why, you know, if that pipe would ever crack far enough away from the drain cover where it couldn't easily be fixed, you would never pay somebody the money it would take to dig up underneath this pool and go fix something that doesn't really do anything for you. Simply plug that pipe up and, you know, go on with life. You got yourself a skimmer and a way to vacuum the bottom of the pool. You're doing a whole lot of work for yourself. So when I swam the pool, I did feel a little bit of light suction, or at least I think so. So, you know, it could in fact be operational, but, you know, like I mentioned before, it's an appendix. Yes, I learned from Barbara today that you do need your appendix because bacteria grows in it, but at the same time, it's also expendable. You can get rid of it if you don't need it, because the skimmer is what's important. So in the way of returning clean chlorinated water to our pool, we've got two return jets in here. Got one over here on this side, another one on the other side of the skimmer. A lot harder to see right there. That's the way that they built pools 50 years ago, but actually for a pool of this size, perfect. It's all that you need and nothing that you don't. Got a 6-inch light down here on the end that is clearly working. Don't know if this guy has a GFCI plug on it or not. We're gonna have to look through the pool contract and probably ask Blue Science if they have one. If not, you know, if this guy hasn't been bonded, you know, this light, yeah, you know, there are a couple of ways to handle it. One, you could totally turn off the light if you wanted. Two, you could pay somebody to dig up underneath there and attach bonding wires to that. That might be rather invasive and expensive. Or three, the third way to do it is replace that light with a low voltage LED light, which wouldn't require a GFCI plug. So, you know, those things run about $1,200 or $1,400 or so. Still try to check that out with Blue Science and read through the contract and see what is going on in there. I just didn't find a GFCI plug for the light, of which the switch is over here. Just per code, you know, we've got to have something like that. So works great. Very nice waterproof cover there. All right, hey, got this cool handrail here as well, or swim ladder actually, and don't know if this guy has been bonded. So, you know, if it hasn't, it's technically a safety hazard. Anything within 5 feet of the pool that's metal technically needs to be bonded to the pool. I'm gonna guess because this deck right here appears to be almost brand new. I'm going to say that this probably happened, but once again, we're going to check with Blue Science to make sure that it was done. If not, probably need to cut this thing out. And yeah, that might be $400 or $500 or so to get somebody to cut that out for you. But keeping our fingers crossed that we find out some good info from Blue Science about this, the swim ladder, and our light there. So swam the pool, you know, clearly the plaster is brand new, smooth like a baby's butt, which is exactly the way that it should be. Love that we've got the bigger tiles in here instead of the little 1-inch tile, so there's less grout in there, so less things can leak or go wrong with it. So whoever did, yeah, did really nice job on installing this. Very good, smooth surfaces. So pool is not leaking sitting still. Pool is not leaking when it's running. So definitely getting the thumbs up from me. I'm liking what I'm seeing.